but I'm going to give you a dream. See?
Hi.
Oh my God! Wait. Hello, Shensia. How are you? Well, I can only follow you online because you know, Romeich hiding you or I don't know, you know.
I'll time you, man.
Bang, bang.
For more civilized age.
Kitty cat, it a fi kill we off. We born straight fame, nah go touch no man. No guy can touch we neither. Them a follow Felicia, matic fully macan you gone. One move, this is Thing of It representing for Fame Edjahz, the baddest channel alive. Subscribe, comment and share as you like. Oh, Tino.
Up move, it's never done move. I don't know if you just there up on a brand new show, a fresh new show. Big up all of my subscribers and all of my viewers them. And all of my subscribers, nothing at all no change. The door is always open, so I know if you go to. On this show, we have the Health Minister, Christopher Tufton, a whole discussion with Big Bad Manager / producer, Romeich, about the current outbreak and the solution to the problem. Basically, the Health Minister explained the whole 411 to the Big Bad Manager. Them speak on the safety precautions, them speak on the vaccine, and them also encourage the people them to do them own research. Reason being, them have it to say a lot of people getting misled, and that is pertaining to take the vaccine. So we are hurry up and give you an update there, but first, we don't know our style. Make we kick off the show under one vibes. We'll be right back.
One girl, me ready for married, don't no find one church. Papa girl look me, but me no concern. Big stove, you turn in a one burn. No man firm, I'ma get a strong
back way, pussy fat, cock play. All day, living on your all way. She carry friend 90 minute ball game. Squeeze nipple, squeeze throat, call name. Boy, come in on your belly fall, hard brain. One thing me, you beg you don't call it on.
Me want a man, forward pan the mission. Locked down in the room, legs in a division. You are one in a million, me strip like skeleton. No, me couldn't bother with the big belly man. So no bother touch me thing, I know say you're not ready.
So Romeich and the Health Minister had a little chat. Them inform and encourage the people to work with the safety precaution them that is set out for the outbreak. Them also encourage the people to take the vaccine. Romeich pointed out clear, say him take fame 2 shot them already. And I don't know where I force for nobody, but him feel like the people to do the right thing. So as usual, my people, we not do instigating work around here. Check out what I go on for yourself.
Good night, sir.
Mr. Romeich, how are you?
Good night, sir.
How
Mr.
are you,
Doctor
sir?
Tufton. People, big up the boss. Welcome him to the Romeich Live.
No man, happy to be here, but I have a confession to make. I hope you don't mind.
Why that no?
Well, I was kind of hoping that when I came on, I would have said Shensia and not you, but anyway, I'll do it you for now.
Well, you know, so Shensia then I see him also there.
Really?
But
carry on then.
No, we have to keep the lives of your next week.
How you doing? All right?
Yeah, man, good man.
Nice. Well, I have to commend you. For starters, and all seriousness now, you are one of those guys and your fraternity that have always reached out and said, listen, I want to help with this COVID thing. And I have to just tell all of your fans that I don't reach out to you, you reach out to me.
That is true.
I really respect that, because I do believe that the following and the respect and the base that you have at all levels of the society and indeed in the world, you and your crew, of course, Shensia included and others, it is so important that we recognize that all of you have to tackle this thing. It can't be one segment of the population. So I really want to just big you up and big up your team and your crew and just say I'm here to, you know, answer any questions, but just to say, boy, you know, we have to work together.
Yeah, man, we all have to work together. You remember my motto, you know, from day one is one team, one dream, you know. That is my motto every day.
Yeah, man, no, it's simple. I agree with that. So how things otherwise?
Well, from way of life, we have everything here, big boss.
Yeah.
Me I work only, but me see I work more than me.
No. I would never be so presumptuous. I follow you, you know, and I see the work. I mean, you're working more style than me. I mean, like, some of the brands that we see, you know, and the traveling and all them things. I can't do that. I have to see it put on the ground, but I think we all have to do what we have to do, right? And that's it.
We have to do. All we have to do some form of work for better. At the end of the day, all we have one goal, which is for better our country and better our family and friends, right?
Yeah, man, exactly.
As much as I am an entertainer or a popular figure or whatever, I'm still here working towards making my country better, as you can see, because the amount of give backs and, you know, we're always communicating and see how best we can help each other and help the country.
Yeah, man, no, without a doubt.
So, I know a lot of people been asking, and a lot of, I see where a lot, that's why I say in Jamaica, influencers are very important, because, you know, other day I did a vaccine. Well, not only me, but the whole Shenyang team did the vaccine. And a lot of people question me, a lot of people DM me, but I can't answer all of them. So, I don't know if there are things that you would like to ask me so we can share, because you would know more in depth, so we can tell these people of Jamaica and the other people out there in the world. Because it's not just Jamaica alone. We have a lot of people watching here, and it's everywhere in the world of this stigma that, yo, the vaccine, this, the vaccine, that. You understand? And overall, the thing is, I don't know about you, but I can talk to everybody that I've gotten the virus already. So I can share both the good and the bad.
Well, maybe I can ask you a question. Why you got it? I'm gonna answer you, but I would be curious to know, because as a man of the streets, I know you've been around and you would have been exposed to all of them conversations, but you decided to get it.
Yeah.
And clearly, you
honestly, I got it. I got it knowing that I'm going to get it. Meaning that a friend of me that was living with me had it, and no one was there to take care of that person. So I just say, you know what? I'll just make up my mind. Say, look here, I just boots up my body, but I know I'm gonna end up get it. Because living in a house, no matter how you go away, if you are that one person that taking care of that person, it is evident that it might easily caught. You understand?
Well, this is where I want to enter, and I think you make a good point, right? First of all, and to all the people looking on, this COVID virus is no respecter of persons.
Exactly.
Uptown, downtown, midtown, wherever you are, local, foreign, the virus which started, well, we recognize it. It's from a family of viruses, but COVID-19 is a special variation of the virus. Started, of course, the evidence is in China, and it went rapidly across the world. Now, the long and short of it is that it's a virus that people to people spread.
Yeah.
And no matter which person you are, you can get it.
Exactly.
And the fact is, the impact of it, the more you hang around people, and we don't live in a world where we live by ourselves, right? Whether it is work, play, our family, our community, we have to interact with people. Otherwise, life wouldn't just make sense.
Yeah.
And so once you interact with people, you're going to be at risk. And so what has happened is that if we don't take the precaution, either to wear the mask and the physical distance, or in this case, to take the vaccine, then we're going to be at risk to catching the virus. And guess what? The people who catch it don't know how they're going to end up, because many people have died. There's over 3 million people in the world have died from COVID.
Yeah, man.
And the fact is, it is possible that any one of us can. Now, this vaccine is a big controversial issue. I know a lot of people are against it, and a lot of people in your fraternity, dancehall, music, I've heard many comment on it, say them don't want the vaccine. Listen, vaccines have been part of Jamaica from long before me and you born.
Yep.
The truth is that this vaccine, all it does is not the virus, very important, because people think it's the virus we're injecting in your body. It mimics or imitates the virus, so it's not the virus. And what it does, it helps your body to build up a resistance against the virus if you get it. So why when you get a little fever or a little chill or a little headache when you take it, all it does is that it's telling your body, say, listen, build up the power so when the virus comes, you can fight against it. That's all it does. It don't contaminate you. It don't put no chip inside of you, no code. It don't make you worse off. It actually make you better off. And I really respect that a man like you take it, because I know that the distractions are there saying otherwise.
All right, what you mean I say now?
Yes.
My respect for taking it. I went on a tour in October and we did 4 shows, right? Overseas here in America where they don't have any ban for shows. And I did not get any virus at all. Dealing with like maybe about 20 to 30,000 people at different events, but we came across hundreds of persons that who wear a mask, who sanitize or whatever, and we didn't get the virus. And I have friends that have just been in their house and get the virus, because once somebody enter or leave the premises and come there, the virus is there. But at the end of the day, what I'm just saying to the people, me can't tell nobody what they're doing. Everybody free for do what they do. But if you're a business person, especially entertainers, everybody is free for their judgment. Everybody is free to do what they want to do. But I know that I'm a businessman and I have to travel a lot. And I caught the virus and it wasn't very good, and I don't want to catch it again. So I don't say, all of the world leaders them saying to do the vaccine, it's going to be something that going to kill us. My aunt took it, my cousin took it, everybody who basically live in America that related to me took it. And I had second thoughts about it, but me make them go be the test dummy them first and them go take it. You understand?
Well, you raise an important point, I think, that needs to be said. The virus is highly contagious. It's one of the most contagious viruses that we have come across. In other words, you talk to somebody and you'll be surprised when you're talking to somebody how much body fluid is exchanged. You don't have to touch them, because people talk and it is in the air and it touches the surface, and you touch the surface and you pick up the virus. The virus lodges inside of your nostril, go down into your lungs. It's a lungs disease, a respiratory disease. And people who have had it bad say it's like concrete in your lungs. You can't breathe.
Yeah.
And especially if you have other conditions, it just make you stop breathing. And then
I lost smell and taste. That was the worst part of it.
That's the point. Now, what I'm saying is, you can't be too careful. You could still be very cautious and get it. And which is why the vaccine and the mask wearing is so important. And what you're saying is absolutely correct. And that's why I hope that your followers and others will respect what is happening and just buy into the program so we can
I want to ask you, when will Jamaica have the Pfizer? Because that's the one that I took, and I took it and had no side effect at all.
Right. Well, first of all, side effects vary from people to people. Maybe you drink a lot of, I don't know, it's a beetroot and Irish mash.
No, we take olive roots. We take olive roots.
And I'm here endorsing roots, although it's your choice, and roots nice because I drink it too. It's not a medicine, but that is clinically. But anyway, the point is, your body is different from your best friend's body, your girlfriend's body, or anybody else's. And it depends a lot on your capacity or your body to manage the virus. So some people get the vaccine and it don't really make no difference. They don't feel anything.
Yeah.
Others get it and them have to stay in bed for a day or two. But in all of that, it means that it's making you better off. Now the Pfizer vaccine we're negotiating to get some. The one that we have been using here is the AstraZeneca. Millions of people have taken the AstraZeneca and are better off for it. In Jamaica, 140,000 people so far have taken it. It's a double dose vaccine, and it's made in 4 countries around the world. It's made in South Korea. It's a Europe vaccine out of the UK, and it's made also in Mexico, and it's made in India. We have gotten doses of it. We have taken it. Nobody has died from it. We have had reactions, but that is understandable. The Pfizer does the same thing to many people, even though you never had any reaction. Same thing with the Moderna. The principle of vaccine for COVID right now, Romeich, is that you take the first one you get, because you never know when the virus is going to turn up. So that's my advice, even though I know you prefer the Pfizer, because them say it's like the Rolls Royce of vaccines.
But read about them, but just make sure you get the one there. I just mean the comfort. As human beings, we still have to read up on these things. We have to suit what is. If you have choices, you make the right choice, but if you don't have choices, you work with what the best thing you can do.
But standard rule is the one that you get, because I want to tell you something else. We only administer vaccines here that is tried and tested through clinical research and that is approved by the World Health Organization. Some countries use vaccines that are not approved because they have confidence in it. We only take the one that's approved. So the Jamaican government will never administer a vaccine on the population that they're not confident in.
Okay.
And that we can assure you about. So no need to worry.
Oh, I remember, I think 2 weeks ago, some were being expired. Did you use all of them, or some was left? And how you did that situation?
Right. So yes, what happened is that we got some out of South Africa, 75,000 doses. The South Africans weren't using those vaccines because they have a strain there, the South African strain of the virus, that wasn't reacting very well to the AstraZeneca. We got that to Jamaica 5 days before it had a best date usage. Now, I don't want to get too technical, but the truth of the matter is that even if that date had passed, the manufacturer said you have 3 months to use it. But we never want anybody to be suspicious that we give them expired drugs. So what we did, we had a blitz, and believe me when I tell you, it wasn't as big as one of your sessions than what you have with all your big artists. But we were able to give a dose to the 75,000 people over 3.5 days, and actually achieve a 83,000 vaccination blitz across the country, which I'm very proud of the Jamaican people for taking it up. But none of them were administered after the expiry date, and I'm glad for that.
Lovely. So, is there a rule to this though, that is only people 60 and over can get vaccine?
No, what happened is that most of the vaccines say 18 and over. But the reason why we take the position that we start with the older people first, so let me give them respect, the senior citizens first, is because they are the ones that are most likely to get sick and to go to hospital and die. Because they are the ones, by virtue of age, with immune system that is weaker, or them have comorbidities, we call it. So meaning them have arthritis, diabetes, they may have had cancer and recovered, hypertension or high blood pressure. When you have them conditions, then what happens is that the virus will have a bigger impact on you and you could die. In fact, 80% of the deaths, Romeich, in Jamaica, of the 700 and odd deaths over the last year from COVID, were over 60. So it's your mother and your grandmother that we're trying to say, make we try and preserve them first. Most of the people who have had the virus were under 50, but most of them recover. Them get it, them go home, them sleep, them take medication, and they get better. And so what we do is put priority groups. People them on the front line, like the nurses and doctors, the older people, and then we work our way down. But the vaccine can be given to anybody over 18 years old.
Okay. Well, that's good then, because what I notice, remember said with the blitz, with the sister, well, if people at Jamaica, they don't want to take the vaccine, So maybe you need to have a next blitz.
We have a lot of blitz, but we need...
I'm sorry, but I'm going to give you a dream, see?
Hi.
Oh my God, wait. Hello, Shensia, how are you? Well, I can only follow you online because Rummie hiding you, or I don't know,
As I'm here, man.
Nice to meet you finally, even remotely.
You
All
too.
is well?
All is well. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm working hard, and when I need a little break, I just tune in and listen to some of your lyrics, follow you online and all those things, right?
My lyrics are so like a lyrics me, I know.
No, I tell you, can I tell you? I'm a politician, so we have lyrics. We're politicians, but
sorry.
All right, but what I will say, you are very talented, and I want to respect you. Take care.
Yeah, we don't want to go screen record. I get your
All I'm saying is that you're talented. That's all. Yeah.
So, what next thing I want to ask, right? Because we travel a lot and we have to sign in and we have to come back. And I saw it the other day, so I just want to know because we have the vaccine now. So when we go online and we do that little thing because a lot of people don't know. We have to go online and sign up to go back in the country. We have to take the test and show them. So 2 things I'm going to ask you in one. When we go online and sign up, one, do we have to still do the test although we have the vaccine now? That is one. And second of all, why is it that when we reach the airport and coming through, they say even if we're vaccinated, we still should quarantine?
All right, those are very good questions, and it's really important for people to understand. First of all, when you get the vaccine, it doesn't prevent you from getting the virus. The vaccine, what the vaccine does, Romeich, it strengthens your body to deal with the virus. So when you get the virus, you have the vaccine, you are going to be able to cope with it. So chances of you dying from it are going to hospital. Okay. But you still can carry it and give it to somebody else. So you get it and carry it in. You're not sick, but you go give your mother, your grandmother, your auntie. Them get it. Them don't have the vaccine. Them get sick. They die. We have seen many cases like that. So the reason why we insist on a test, even though you have the vaccine, is that, or a quarantine, is that if you have the virus, even though you're not sick, we still require you to recover so you don't spread it to somebody else. That's the only reason. It's not just about you, it's about the other people that you come in contact with. Now, when that will be eased is when we vaccinate a certain amount of the population. Because right now we only vaccinate about 5% and 7% of the target. When we get up to more, then we know that even if the virus is in the population, people are protected. So the people you come in contact with are like you with the vaccine, so they won't get affected. So it's just a rationale of trying to protect each other. That's why we still have the program.
Well, and that's good because you just teach me something a while ago, which really makes sense. The vaccine is not to say that you can't catch a virus. It's just to really control it, that it don't hurt you, the person that has the vaccine.
That's the point. And guess what? When we had the outbreak in the early days, I give you one example. Obviously, we won't call names, but when we had the call center in Portmore that created a big outbreak, that there was a lady, one of the workers, who brought home the virus, and her mother died from it. She's a young person. She clearly never intended to give her mother the virus, but her mother picked it up from her, ended up in the hospital and died. That happens. So when you do policy, when government decide on policy, sometimes people don't understand it, and because they feel like we're restricting them, and maybe we need to do a better job to explain it. But the truth of the matter is that we have to think about the greater good. There comes a time when it can't be just about me. And when you have a pandemic, it is so global in scope and reach. You have to think about everybody. And the decisions we take is to protect everybody. It can't be just to protect the man with the vaccine. It have to be protect the man who don't get it yet until him get it.
Okay. Well, I don't know, you see me tell everybody every day, you and the Prime Minister have a work for doing at them time. Anybody will win and run a country at them time, rough, because because of how the place stay and how the time stay, and we can't get we as Jamaica, we are entertainment. We love God and we love this, and the minister make a lot of rules and regulations we not agree with, but people have to understand, say, I want to run the country and have to give them the benefit of doubt, as well as Jamaican people need to know, say, we don't read as much as we should read, so we don't know a lot of knowledge about this. So maybe the ministers, or especially you and your team, need to make it simpler for us. Make it more friendly with whether you're using entertainment or you're using some more simpler stuff to make. Because remember, I know this as a promotional person that Jamaican people don't love reading. We more have to listen to a song. If you give a song now where it's 2 minutes and you give it 2 lines to read, we more have to listen to a song where 2 minutes than read the 2 lines.
Listen, Romeich, let me tell you something. I don't underestimate the impact and the reach of the local culture as reflected in music, in art, in dance, in craft, in rum, in spices. Listen, Jamaica is an amazing place, when you know that. Yeah, whatever we say about ourselves, we are bigger and better. We punch much more powerful than our size. Yeah. And as politicians, as public policy makers, in a time like this, and I think the Prime Minister has done an amazing job providing leadership and wholeness. I have a lot of regard for him as my leader. And the cabinet, and indeed the other agencies that have played a role. Because, you know, I have to say this, and I'm not being political, but we were at the right place at the right time to provide leadership on this issue. And I'm not going to apologize for it. But the truth is, we need people like you, because you break it down at a level that I can't break it down. When Shensia did the ad about the mask wearing, I mean, you know, Shensia is not, I couldn't do that. How could I do that? You know what time you tell people to wear masks? I don't let them listen to me, they listen to Shensia, right? The point is, all of us have to do what we have to do. And we have to recognize that, and we have to embrace that, and we have to show respect for that. And that's why I think you have to be commended for agreeing to play your part in this big fight, you know.
So you think that the vaccine going to get mandatory across the world or in Jamaica?
Well, you know, right now it's not. So people have a choice. You said it earlier. You say you took the vaccine and you not tell nobody what to do. And their business that, and they must choose. What is important is that we explain to people why it is of value to them to take the vaccine. In the world right now, that is the case. I don't know of a country that makes it mandatory. Even though I've seen some discussions around particular segments of society that say you can't work in a particular location or something like that if you don't get the vaccine. So laws have been changing, our policies have been changing. There are some vaccines that we require in our country before you can get into the public school system and so on. What people need to understand, you know, is that vaccines have saved many lives in Jamaica from long time. I mean, it's part of our human development that we have bought into and supported.
Give me an example, like which one?
So, you know, in my days, I have here on my arm a little scar, and most people my age is it was about the measles and the mumps and the chicken pox, the rubella, those things. Polio was a big thing in Jamaica, threatening the whole population. It's a vaccine that saved us and got rid of that virus.
I think me have one too, you know.
Exactly. And you are a younger boy than me, right? The point is, some of the people who argue against vaccine don't even realize that them get one when them did born. Them mother carry them go get it. That's how they went to school. So education about the issue is very important, and we have to try and explain that to them. It's no different from what we're doing now.
All right, fine. So next, may I say two things now. I get a little secret, Mr. Tufton. You say if you want them to take a vaccine, just tell them, say, you gotta give them one card when them take the vaccine. And anybody who have the card there, we can keep party. And everybody. Yeah?
I was waiting that you pick up with that, you know?
Yeah. Listen, man. All they have to do, we just open up the arena and we do it there.
Yeah.
But me I tell you, it's good. But when we reach us now, when we reach and pass the rule, like I know my Prime Minister gonna say, yeah man, when you get your vaccine, you can go party. We don't have enough vaccine for you all away.
Yeah, well, not no, but we are working on it. We're working on it, and there is a big problem in the world because vaccine short. And you're right. The truth is that we're gonna get to a point when enough of us have it, where it's going to become. We're going to get back to normal. Listen, let me tell you something. This is not permanent. If we do what we need to do, the world is going to respond, and we're going to be bigger and brighter for it and better for it. And as it relates to party and entertainment, the Prime Minister is on record. I know him come under flack in recent times. But him on record of saying that he believes in the local music. He listens to dancehall music more than most. I listen to a whole heap of dancehall music, right? But we have to protect each other. And the truth is that until we can overcome that burden, and the vaccine is key to that, we're going to have to manage in a particular way within a certain rule. Now, I think we're getting there. I think we now start to get the vaccine. We're going to get more over the next months to come, going into the latter part of this year. And my view is that by third quarter of this year, if we get enough supplies and people take it up, some of them parties, they might actually start come back, and you can enjoy what you do, and your creative juices can start flowing in full swing again.
that was it for the show. Big up all of my subscribers and all of the viewers who must stay until the end of the show. Really appreciate it. Bless up on yourself and go on live good.
Bust up on the herbs, you not afraid to tell the world be yours. Me have to respect that.